Hello, Whovians! It's Doctor Who journal time. I started a few pages and I wanted to share them with you today. What I'm finding is that I'm struggling a little with finding my style in this one, probably because I usually journal with vintage images. This time I'm using a lot of, obviously the Doctor Who images are sort of modern and space looking and things like that. So I'm struggling a little, but that's fine. I'm working on that, and I just wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna journal things that mean something to me, such as my favorite companions, my favorite episodes, some of the quotes from the show that resonate with me, and stuff like that. So for the front page, I just went with the latest 3 Doctors. So we have 10, 11, and 12 here with a Doctor Who sign there. In these pages here, I talk about regeneration. One of the things that I love the most about the Doctor Who series is that the concept of the Doctor is that he's a Time Lord from a planet called Gallifrey, and Time Lords can regenerate. And so that idea, is of course appealing to us as humans, because he can essentially reinvent himself and become a new person when he's either mortally wounded or just old. So I just wrote a definition of what regeneration means, and I included the image of these previous Doctors. They're all sketched on this little page from a reproduction of the journal used in some episodes, and it's called the Journal of Impossible Things. So I really like there's some handwriting on here, and some of the previous Doctors are illustrated there, so I thought that was really cool. I'm very partial to the regeneration scenes. There have been many. Obviously, the Doctor has regenerated. He's in his 13th incarnation of the Doctor, which means that he's regenerated several times before. And they are getting better and better, the scenes of the regenerations. So if you're a Whovian, you know what I'm talking about. The last 2 regenerations were the most painful things that you could watch as a Doctor Who fan, probably, possibly. And so one of my favorite, obviously, was when the 10th Doctor was leaving and saying goodbye to his life as the 10th and became the 11th Doctor. And so in that episode, one of the awesome things was that he was sung to by a species called the Ood, and the music in the background is written by a wonderful musician, and he just pulls the episodes together with the wonderful orchestra music that he plays. And so I translated some of the Latin of one of the songs, which is the song that ushers out the 10th Doctor, and I put that as a quote here. It was just an awesome episode, and the last thing that the 10th Doctor says is, "I don't want to go." And for some of us, it's wishful thinking, I think. I'm not sure that it was ever documented or said. It was hinted at that perhaps David Tennant had, some remorse or some sadness about actually leaving the show, and that he said those words as himself and as the Doctor. So that was a pretty important episode for me, and that's why it's one of my first pages. And then, of course, if you watch the show religiously like me, you also saw the 11th Doctor's regeneration into the 12th. And that one was absolutely heart-wrenching. And so his little speech at the end of his existence is recorded here and here. And he was one of my favorite doctors, I'm not going to lie. And so I have the image here. This is his face when he's just about to regenerate. And you can see the sadness there. It was just a very poignant moment. And these are just some little sticker cards from a book that someone sent me. Some of his trademark suits here with the bow tie. And Clara, the most recent companion. I'm not even going to read these to you because I probably couldn't even do it without starting to cry. It was just such a good scene, wasn't it? And, you know, I just want to end on this personal note about that show. I just find that Stephen Moffat and his writers are just so wonderful in preparing us and helping us transition when the Doctor changes. It's like a difficult thing for us to say goodbye to one actor and welcome a new one in. But what I really love about these two recent regeneration scenes is that he puts us through, Stephen Moffat, I mean, and his writers, they put us through this really agonizing moment, and then as though they're tearing off a band-aid really quickly, it flips to the scene right away where it's the new Doctor and his new personality is coming through and he's quite comical, which is what happened in the last two. So I just wanted to share that, and I think that you can relate if you're one of those people that has watched it. So I will be back, you know, in the near future with a few more pages to show you, possibly of the companions, or I'm not sure where I'm going to go yet with the rest of the pages. I'm going to wing it. I am going to decide week by week what I'm going to journal about, and I'll just share it with you. These are going to be very informal videos. They're nothing to do with the digitals or the junk journals that I create for my business. This is a personal journey for me, and I just wanted to share it with any of you who like Doctor Who. So you guys have a nice day. Thanks. Bye.